Okay, so what's up, guys? This is Pixel here. Um, and just today we're gonna be playing Pokemon Planet. For anyone who's new to the channel, I'm gonna say hello, and to old people, as you can see, for everybody who's coming back, as you can see, I have changed the channel up quite a bit, and I'm going to try and redo this playthrough while I can. As many of you may know, Flash is not going to be used anymore, and this is technically to some degree a Flash game. So the plan for this playthrough, just to let everybody know, is the fact that I will be playing through the entirety of the Kanto region, which is where you start off, and that's pretty much it. And I might do one if there's more demand for it, but other than that, I have to get this video series out quick. But I do have another Pokemon MMO coming up for something like this. If you guys enjoyed the series, which it appeared you did, at least from the previous videos, which they're private now, but I hope to increase my content and make it much more enjoyable for you guys. So we're just gonna start off with something very basic. Hair, yeah, sure. We're adding a bit of red, maybe a bit of green, a little bit of blue. Now, yeah, I'm just gonna quickly run some settings through because it doesn't matter too much how I look, but I want to look somewhat decent, but I just don't want to waste too much time, so I'm most likely going to fast forward through this part. Alright, now we got our trainer, and we are going into the world of Pokemon Planet. And as you can see, we are in our bedroom, and we have just started our adventure. Alright, we're not going to say hi to our mom because we're going to go as fast as we can. Alright, well, here it is. For anyone who hasn't seen my previous video, this is Pallet Town. This game is free to play, so if anyone wants to play it while it's still available, you can. I would highly recommend it, just as it's one of the best to exist. One of the best ones out of this thing. I mean, you do have this weird thing like the black box that you hit that have to kind of walk through, and sometimes you're not allowed to because we don't have a Pokemon that's Route 1 up there, so we have to do certain things. I mean, we can interact with people. Just like the perspective is a bit weird, but this is a fan game, so you can't expect too much. Okay, yep. And yeah, so if you want just something really nice, a little nice game to play around with while Flash is still available, I would play this if you haven't already. Which I'm doing 2 playthroughs, one here and one if this series is popular enough, I might do a second playthrough on Twitch if I do have time. Well, that's nice. Yeah, small things happen like that in the game, and right now I'm gonna. Oh, looks like someone's already getting their first Pokemon. All right. Yep. I'm old enough now. Yada yada. When I was young, I was serious Pokemon trainer, but in my old age, I only have these 3 Pokemon left. Okay. Submit a Pokedex. Yada yada. Gotta throw a Pokeball. Very simple stuff if you've already played Pokemon. But basically, you're supposed to pick up you go, you pick a Pokemon. For me, because I want to play this hard, I want to if I'm going to do this as like my first and final playthrough, I want to do it on hard mode, so I should pick up Charmander, and I basically now have this as my Pokemon. And let's see what we have for our bag. We got 10 Pokeballs, 5 escape ropes, our backpack, 5 repels, a Pokedex, which honestly they use the Pokerare thing, but I'm gonna ignore that. A map, which we can see the region, which if we want, yep, they have. Wow, they only have a few regions actually. I thought they had all 6, but yeah, they have Hoenn, Johto, pretty much regions up to 5, and very interesting just to see that. But yeah, you can. It's a very fun game if you want like a very long amount of gameplay that'll take a long time to get through. And I think honestly, the best time to actually have played this game would have been, I should have either played this or started trying to do this early this year, or just maybe a few years ago. But this is a game where I feel like you could put a whole year's worth of time into it. But and I'm gonna try and speed this one out in a little bit. So I'm probably just going to start basic. So let's see, what do I want to pick up? I think we got a Pidgey, and just for those who don't understand the fighting mechanics, very basic. Scratch, which they also use percentages here as how attacks work instead of just rare stuff. It's very, personally to me, I found it very weird. And you also collect money for some reason when you beat people. I don't really get that mechanic too much, but it's kind of interesting. It has and as you can see up on the screen, there are also a few other blessings that you end up having in certain parts of the game if you've made it to that far. And yeah, just a level of some of these Pokemon that you wouldn't find. It's to some degree, at some points, ridiculous just how weak some of these Pokemon actually are. But I think we're just gonna go for a bit, maybe grind until we find a Pokemon that we really want. And instead, we're just gonna head to the city instead because we can. And this is the Pokemon Center, which, as you can see, immediately your Pokemon get healed up as soon as you get in here. You're more here if you actually want to come here is for the PC and managing your Pokemon. Honestly, the Nurse Joy here doesn't really serve much of a purpose, unfortunately. But yeah. Also, just another weird thing, just how things look and just the way things just look in the game. It's very interesting. Just how. Yeah. Also, I apologize for the audio as I move around for a bit away from the mic. Yep. And we are now entering this little place over here, which I hear they do have some pretty good early on Pokemon, and I think we might catch something here. So let's see what we get as our first encounter, which is a level 3 Rattata. I think we'll just kill this one. Which some of these are actually pretty tough, so I might either have to use a potion or I'll be going back a bit, which I will edit out part of that part. Oh, Spearow. Since are actually pretty good for flyers, so but still a bit too weak for me. So I think we're gonna run from this one. Yep. But I know we are. Yep. I think this one will do. Let's do it. Give it a scratch. Oh, and we just fainted. So you get to see what happens when we do faint. We lose the battle, and we just respawn where in the Pokemon Center, right in the center of that. It's just which is interesting because you don't actually drop money you don't drop money in this game, or at least not from the wild Pokemon battles when you do lose, but you can also gain money, I guess. There's a lot of very interesting mechanics that exist only in this game. There's also crafting that exists. If right here with there's the item box, and there's crafting, which is you take materials and combine them to the product. I'm not actually sure how to utilize that, and I don't think I will be utilizing it at all throughout any of this playthrough. So I'm just gonna, again, level 2. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna find a flying Pokemon. Maybe even, oh yes, it's level 4 Spearow. This will be really good to add to our collection. That is assuming it does not kill us, which hopefully will not happen. But Peck did do a lot though, so I'm gonna go to our bag. I'm gonna throw a Pokeball. Yeah, and it doesn't actually say things, it just has the dialogue there. Instead of actually things, because I guess they didn't have the ability to put that animation in, which honestly I'm fine with that, because I mean, okay, we did just lose a few Pokeballs, but it's fine. We can, if we need to, we can always buy more. And also the fact that, yeah, this is still technically free to play. So, like, the fact that there's actually anything from it, I'd say, is just something. So, also the fact that they packed, like, 5 regions worth of content into this, what seems like a very, very small world, is just astounding to me. So I think I can forgive something as small as that when it's just the fact that they didn't add an animation for the Pokeball. I mean, like, it can be a bit of a nitpick, especially if you really like to see that thing and the nerve-wracking of that, but it's just not in this game. So yeah, just gonna keep going for till we get a Spearow, and hopefully we should get one pretty. Holy crap! What? Okay, I did not know Shadow Pokemon were in this game, because Shadow Lugia just came by. I just assume that's one of the legendary events. I mean, look, Pidgey. I might pick it up, but no, we don't need that. But yeah, keep learning new things every day about this game. I remember my first playthrough, I did see a large amount of high-level people who did have some legendaries. At least I believe so. I think I saw someone with a Mewtwo, but I don't completely remember, as that video was about a year ago. So, actually, a little over a year, if I remember. If a little over a year when this video does eventually come out, which hopefully should be tomorrow when I'm recording this, because I'm recording this on Thursday. So yeah, it should be up by then. But honestly, I never really know, so. And we'll settle for this level 3 Spearow. Scratch, Peck, bag, let's use this item, shakes again. Yes, yep, we got it. Now we got a Spearow on our team. Alright. I think, so we're gonna need to beat Brock to some degree, so. And I probably shouldn't have chosen Charmander for this. So, I'm actually going to go, I just need Spearow as our flyer, so we're actually just going to go, and actually, because I know that if my knowledge is right, I should be able to find a Nidoran over here, which is good because it always, usually every Nidoran at least knows, I believe it's, yeah, Devil Kick, which is super effective against rock types as it's a fighting type move, but I am going on what Red and Blue taught me those Pokemon games, but I'm not, and I know it's loosely based on the actual games, but I'm not entirely sure. So I could just be running around circles right now, but I'm gonna give it a few more tries, and if we're gonna give this a few more tries, and if we don't find anything, oh look, an Ekans. That's not a normal spawn. I'm just gonna run away from that real quick. But Ekans could be useful, and it might be the equivalent for Nidoran for this spawn, but I'm not entirely sure. But I think we still might pick one up if it seems like it's a better one to add to our party. Oh, good, Mankey. Yeah, this is what we need right here. Covet. Okay, we just gotta do Scratch one more time. Covet did a low kick. Yeah, it already comes with low kick, which is gonna be perfect. Shakes again, and we caught it. We got the wild Mankey. So at this part of the video, it's just going to be me grinding these guys up until I feel that they are to a high enough level that I can do it, and I'll start speaking again once we beat Brock. But until then, I'm probably going to put some training montage-esque kind of music over while I speed up the footage and I grind out my new team. I think that's it. We are at fully ready to take on Brock. Now, I know that montage must have been really long, and look, we're already here in Peter City. But, yeah. That was just taking so long, and as you can see, I evolved my Charmander into a Charmeleon during that time, and now we're just going to take him on using just Mankey. And, after we beat him, this will wrap up this first episode of the playthrough. Next one will probably be maybe the first 2 gyms, because I don't think we'll have to do as much of a grind. I mean, we're probably gonna need to do a small grind to get maybe a few levels up, and maybe have to go back into the forest to pick up a Pikachu for Misty. But overall, I think we're gonna be pretty prepared for Misty when we actually do face her as yeah, because I did encounter a Bellsprout earlier during that grind, so I think if I can just find one, then find an easy way to level it up through like maybe water type or something other kind of Pokemon, maybe I can actually be able to do that. Oh, here we go, Camper Liam. Whoa, slow down. Alright, now to actually utilize its Monkey's actual effectiveness. I've mostly just been using Covet, so I haven't actually been using its super effective move, so we actually might lose just against Brock, just seeing at the levels difference right now. I hope we don't lose, and I'm going to go use a potion. 1 second. There we go. Yep, fully potioned up. Let's go fight Brock. You saw him, Brock. Pure Gym rock hard willpower is evident with even my Pokemon. All my Pokemon are rock hard and have true grit determination. That's right, all my Pokemon are the rock type. Aha, you're gonna challenge me, you're gonna lose. Okay, it's an honor to challenge me. They're the best. I mean, I'm gonna do my best, so I'm gonna start off with Focus Energy, just to get myself pumped. Okay, I took that tackle pretty well. Karate Chop, 1 shot. I think I should be able to do the next Onyx out, because just of by hitting it with full strength. Okay, Rage, Karate Chop, which that was a crit. Okay, Onyx's attack did increase though, so I am a bit worried, but I didn't even have a reason to be. Just swept with Mankey. So I defeated Mankey. I just leveled up to level 14. Yep, so he lost the Boulder Badge, Flash, Quite Gifted Trainer. Next one, Trillion City. Yeah, and I think that will be it for our playthrough today. So when we come back, I think we're partially gonna be doing this by how the gyms that we beat or whatever is important at that time. I think being Cerulean and then taking on basically taking on Misty and then Lieutenant Surge will be for the next episode, and then most likely the episode after that will be dealing with basically the third episode is probably going to be dealing with a lot of Team Rocket stuff. It all depends on how things go in that episode, but yeah, as far as for what's coming next, it's just going to be Misty and Lieutenant Surge and defeating them. We shouldn't have as much of a grind as we did this time, but until then, stay chill, my laddies and laddies, and be Pixel.